Hello, my darlings. My name is Victoria, and this is Veritas Tarot. On this beautiful sunny day here in England, I'm going to do your daily mini message. I am using my Akashic Records cards, apologies, beautiful cards for you. Akashic Records is basically, it's the sort of collective consciousness, the collective universal knowledge that exists within the universe. And if we tap into the Akashic Records, it provides a plethora of advice and information for us. So I'm asking Spirit today, you know, what is their advice for you today, for those that most need to hear the message today? And if it resonates, it is simply you remembering what is already in the Akashic Records for you at exactly the right time for you. If it doesn't resonate, my darling, it simply means it wasn't for you at this time. There'll always be a reading out there for you at exactly the right time, as guided by Spirit. So if it does resonate, as ever, I am so grateful for your comments and your likes. Please continue to like, to comment, to hit that subscribe button for me. It's just a beautiful exchange of energy. And if you would like a personal reading with me, all of the details are in the description box below. Can you see the light coming off these cards as I'm shuffling them? Quite beautiful. Okay, my darlings. So Spirit, for those that most need to hear the message today, thank you. What would you like, advice you would like to give them? Thank you, Spirit. What wants to come out for you? What wanted to come out for you? So you have got the Two of Forces, which is the Willow. The Two of Forces, my darling, is the Two of Wands. Can you see there? And again, do you see the light that's coming off that tree? What I'm feeling with this card for you, thank you, Spirit, the Two of Wands, the Two of Forces. The willow is a beautiful symbolic tree. And the message that Spirit is giving me with this tree is to release, okay, is to just take a deep breath and try and not be too rigid in your approach to decisions that you're making at this time, to almost let go of what you know and to accept the unknowing, to accept that it is in the unknowing that we receive the truth. When we let go of opinions that we have on things, when we let go of judgments that we have on things or people, when we come into a place of just being and nothingness, and we accept that there are many different layers to the cake of what is happening for us in our universe. You can look at a situation maybe that you're in right now and release, let go of what you think might be a considered opinion of it, or a reactory opinion of something or somebody, and dig deep into this one, darling. Dig deep into what truly this experience is giving you. What has it allowed you to feel? And there are no wrong or right feelings. Remember, they are all exactly as they are meant to be in the time that you feel them. What has it allowed you to reconsider and perhaps come to a different dimensional, wider perspective viewpoint that is based on a knowing? And what has it changed within you? How has it allowed you to grow? So the Two of Wands, you have made choices, made decisions, and all of these are beautiful for you, and they are exactly where you're meant to be. But now allow the light of Spirit, the light of the inner guidance within you, to just show you the way. That is a big message for those that are resonating with this reading. I feel that although you are moving along on your path, it's been a little choppier than you may have imagined. And sometimes, and I have learnt, you know, and remembered this myself, sometimes our rigidity of approach to something is not allowing the flow of what is intended for us. And the willow is one of remembrance. It's one of a beautiful remembrance about who we are. There are opportunities for you as well that are there for you if you can see this from a higher perspective. The falcon here in this card is showing that there might be a need, then it comes back to having a different perspective on things as well, and an acceptance that we don't know it all, we're not meant to know it all, but that with that wider perspective and seeing things from your higher self, you might be willing to let go of maybe one approach of doing this and focus on a new direction. So that's a beautiful, beautiful card. The thing about the forces, the word the forces on this, force, it sounds like a quite a strong word, and we kind of approach the word force with, we don't want to force it, we want to jiggle it. But forces here talk about the natural law of the universe, our energy and how it's projecting, our consciousness. And actually, you know, our consciousness, we are so powerful that our consciousness creates our reality. You know, all reality begins first in the mind, in our thoughts. And so it is a representation of how powerful, how forceful our energy is. We are simply always in vibration with people or events, situations around us all the time. We are constantly in vibration. So the Two of Forces, in terms of this Two of Wands, the natural law of the universe is responding to you at this time. So be very clear about how bendy you are being. Let's put it this way, like this river, how bendy you are being. The universe, nature will always find a way. And so this sort of the light shining on the water, along with the slightly roughness of the water, is showing that the universe will always find the quickest, simplest route to bring that to you which you desire. It is the path of least resistance. And when we try and get in the way of that path of least resistance, we tend to slow things down just a little bit. So this is a lovely big message for you. Let's have a look now at what else Spirit wants to say to you. Thank you, Spirit. So we have got Archangel Gabriel, number 3. So this is one of the major arcanas for you. So 3 is about the it's a beautiful spiritual number. I mean, if you're seeing a lot of 3s at the moment, but it is the sort of Holy Trinity. It is the mind, body, soul, spirit coming together. Now, Archangel Gabriel, interestingly enough, is about communication. And you've got here in this card, you've got here 2 little birds. I think they're 2 little sparrows. And so this is about peaceful expression, communication. It is about remembering the power of words. You know, we when we make a mistake, or we do things properly, we call it spellings, don't we? We have to learn our spellings. Well, have we thought about the fact that spellings are spells, words are spells, and words are even more powerful spells in terms of thought, energy projection, when we combine it with our feelings. Because remember, the body, the universe doesn't know any different to our reality. It is simply coming back to us, projecting back that same energy that we are putting out there. So Archangel Gabriel here is about this power of expression for you, my darling, and to tell you that you are going to find it easier. It is a period of time for you to express in a beautiful, peaceful way the words that you need to say at this time. It's a time of easier communication for you. And call on him when you are looking for the right words. One of the little gifts I want to share with you is that when I am asking for the right words or saying thank you for the right words, when I wish to step into that higher self, is to simply say thank you for the right words. and to trust that those words will come. And as you speak those words, you may think to yourself at the time, goodness, that's not an expression I would normally use, or that was rather interesting, or that was rather good. And then you won't really remember what you said afterwards, because you are speaking from your higher self. And somebody very wise, thank you, Spirit, thank you, Universe, thank you, God, said to me, reminded me, because we are always remembering, we're not learning, that it is not how the words are received that is truly important. It is a consideration of yours. It is how you speak the words that it is important. It is how you express. Communication is key here. I'm going to come on to the word key in a second. Thank you, Spirit. When you speak to somebody and you're wishing to express yourself, if they are to receive those words at that particular time, that is their soul's intent, and their soul is to remember at that time, they will receive them. If they're meant to receive a seed that's going to grow later, that's what will happen. And if they're not meant to receive it at all, it is not your responsibility. It is only a consideration, because the key to all of this is that as you speak the words, you receive them, my darling. You evolve, you release, you grow from it. You have that aha moment. You feel it, you know it. So it is for your expression. And so the power of the words is incredibly, it's like a universal gift to us when we respect and acknowledge how powerful not only words are, but the energy coming behind it as well, the feeling coming behind it as well. So now is a time for you to step into that place. If this is something that you use words, not just in conversation, but with things that you're looking to do or you are doing within your career or your life path, then this is a very powerful time for you. You know, whether you might be in journalism, you might be a healer in terms of a medium, or what else, TV, writer, all of those sort of things. It's a very, very powerful time for you. But remember, you know, what we think, say, and do right now, we're placing into our future. So be very aware of what you're thinking at this time. So that is that card for you. And I'm going to pull one more card because I'm feeling it at the moment. Thank you, Spirit. Oh, I was going to talk about keys for you. So keys, and I was talking about, you know, that's the key, us understanding the power of words. Keys are really interesting, and it comes back to it's how you're going to receive these words yourself as you speak to them. Keys are something that we lock things up to keep safe, don't we? And we keep it safe and we keep it secure. But keys also open doors. So by using your words with an understanding that you are not speaking from the mind, but speaking from the soul space, by saying thank you, you are releasing, opening up new doorways, new opportunities, new growth, spiritually, physically, mentally, manifestly coming into you. So to almost see the words as the key for things that are going to shift and change within your life. Thank you, Spirit. One more card, please. Thank you. Come out. And there's another one underneath it as well. So we have got the One of Scrolls on track, which is absolutely beautiful. And we have number 21, Uriel and the Sphinx. So I'm going to talk about the One of Scrolls first of all. So whatever you are doing, Spirit is saying you're on track. Okay, you're doing it beautifully. Even if you feel that you're not, you're doing it beautifully. Scrolls are scribes, it is wisdom, it is knowledge. Number one is like the Ace of Swords here. This is a yes card from the universe for you. You are about to embark on a journey. It's a journey that you are looking back at something or somebody, but you are dressed smartly, you are prepared, you are preparing for it. it is something that is heading towards, you're going to be very observant on this journey. You know, as you're sitting on that train, you're looking out of the window, you're going to be very observant. Now, the Ace of Swords coming back, communication is key. Communication is key. How you express yourself, how you're expressing yourself through your thoughts, energetically, with words to people, all of it is important, but you are on track. So just keep remembering that. And then you've got Uriel and the Sphinx, which is number 21. Now, this is a major arcana of the Akashic records, but it's also a major arcana as well. And what I want to talk about with this is, thank you, Spirit, is that when we look at sort of the minor arcanas, you know, they tend to be sort of emotions, things we're feeling about. They tend to be people in our lives, events, how we're communicating, all that kind of stuff. But when we talk about the major arcanas, this is a real connection into the life force. It's a real connection into working with the higher energies, working with source, spirit, God, the universe, divine sources, whatever you want to call it. And so this is a powerful, pivotal time for you. So this is number 21, which is called Uriel and the Sphinx. Now, this card is an interesting card because 21 normally is representing the world card. But Spirit is saying, so Sphinx, Sphinx has let me just have a look at this. Sphinx has the head of the body of a lion and the head of a king. So that represents strength and authority. Now, we have authority when we feel that we know things, okay? So this goes back to the beginning of the reading. There are many things that I know, that you know, that we accept as taken. But there are other things. This is why I accept that we don't know it all. Don't be, as I said, come back too rigid in your approach on this journey that you're taking, because this card and Uriel is representing the fire of God. It's Archangel Uriel is the fire of God. I'm so sorry. Thank you. Sorry. And so this is about the energy you're projecting at this time. So the Sphinx is seen as the holder of truth, the keeper, the key of mysteries. And all of that is there in front of you. And to get to that, you have to dig deep. It's about doing a little bit of archaeology on yourself, if I'm thinking about the Sphinx. So it's about digging deep. Now, you have dug a lot, actually, and Spirit is saying you've made huge sort of inroads into this digging deep that you've done on yourself. But part of this journey for you is to discover depths of yourself that you didn't even know, to discover depths of yourself which show you how tremendously courageous you've been, how strong you are, how connected you are, but also to show you the parts of yourself, the darker parts of yourself. We have to have the dark and lightness. We all have the dark and lightness, but the light can't exist without the dark, and vice versa. But to dig deep into things, to discover within yourself maybe why you have been maybe more rigid in your approach and thinking about things, to chip away at it. It also talks about, because the Sphinx is sort of sitting there, that, and the Sphinx is amazing. Is it one of the 7 wonders of the world? Can somebody tell me that? Or is something, but everybody wants to go and see the Sphinx. We're drawn to it. So you may find yourself drawn to a teacher, somebody, a new friend that's come into your life, a mentor, soul family, whoever they are, you're drawn to them. Listen to what they have to say, because they're going to help you, trigger you to dig deeper in your life. Because remember that, that another can't heal another. Another can trigger in another the ability to heal themselves. And it's the key to unlocking it. So don't underestimate the importance of the time where you are right now. You're at the beginning. You've made a decision, okay? You've made a decision with this Two of Forces, okay? You've made a decision and the universe has responded. Now kind of go with the flow. Be less rigid and go with this beautiful flow. And then you've got the One of Scrolls here, which was about you being on track. Okay, absolutely on track. And this is very heartfelt for you as well. But you're on track. Be observant on this journey that you are on. Look from left to right. See it from a beautiful, wider perspective. It's like seeing from one side of the train and the other side of the train. And then you have, right at the beginning, you also had Archangel Gabriel about the power of thought, about the power of your mind, about the power of your speech. It is key. It is key now what you're projecting out. And Spirit is saying to you that, with this card, it is a completion, a fulfillment for you. But you've got to dig deeper. You've got to dig deeper into certain aspects of your life, and it's going to help. It's going to help this journey forward. And and when we make it our intention to focus on what is good that's coming out of everything, then we start to flip it in our mind. When we make it our focus to review, to reflect, to look at everything with that an understanding and awareness, we don't know it all. We don't know sometimes what truly makes us tick. I didn't know about my sort of up and down weight that I had until I'd had hypnotherapy on reasons why that go right back to when I was like a tiny tot of 3. So there are things that we don't know, but there are certain things that you are, and remember, you're always being told everything that you need to know at exactly the right time. But this is up to your willingness to do this work and dig deep at this time. So I hope that has resonated or helped with those that have come for this reading today. I trust that you are all well, and I look forward to catching up with you again tomorrow, my darlings. So much love to you all. Take care. Bye-bye.